Hi, this is BizBuzz Radio on TV. I'm Catherine Johns, and my guest is Mark Ingraham from Triggr. Triggr is well, what do you call yourself? Marketing company, branding company, advertising agency, creative shop? What are you exactly, Mark?
Thank you. I would say very much all of the above.
I was guessing.
Yeah, pretty much an amalgam of everything you just mentioned. We call it brand design and advertising, and that encompasses all things necessary to help a company communicate who they are visually, verbally, and brand-wise.
So what is a brand anyway? We've talked to a lot of different people who have different viewpoints on brand. You know, some are about designing a logo. I talk about your personal brand is you, right? And how you dress and how you carry yourself. And then somebody else says your brand is your slogan or your tagline. So what does brand mean to you?
Yeah. Logos are not your brand.
Okay.
Taglines are not your brand. They are the words and pictures that just represent you. I think the analogy of a person as a brand is very apt.
Okay.
Because just as we have personality, just as you exude a certain energy and character that people pick up on, a company should do the same. And they go to great strides in figuring out what that personality is that's going to have them be memorable and have them really stand for something. And it's the associations that people have with you, what they think about you, and ideally the emotions that they feel about you as a company or as a person.
All right.
That make up your brand.
So if I'm starting out, if I'm a brand new company and I need a brand, how do I get started with that? Or if I have a brand, I'm not very happy with it and I want to rebrand, where do we start? Give us some tips.
Yeah, and it really becomes a fun personality exercise. And it does involve going back to the basics, and if you're just starting out as an entrepreneur, not missing those initial steps.
So what's the initial step?
Kind of who am I?
Okay.
Yeah, really kind of a who am
It's a
I
big question.
exploratory. And especially if you're in a competitive set, you know, being in marketing, branding, lots of companies that do what I do. And we have to do the work in understanding what our core difference is, just like an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor or an insurance firm is going to have to understand what makes us different in a sea of like-minded companies.
Is it possible for a small company, let's say, to do this work alone, or do you really have to have a professional to help with the branding?
I think you probably could do it alone. However, that's going to be a very lonely pursuit. That probably involves you sitting in front of a mirror and talking to yourself for several hours.
Well, that doesn't sound like any fun at all.
We all benefit from an objective
Okay,
voice.
so in 30 seconds or less, what would I look for to find the right professional to work with me? Because there's a lot of options, as you just said.
Yep. A great listener
Okay.
is going to be very important. Somebody that's asking you a lot of questions about who you are, and somebody that is not going to accept words like quality and service as differentiators. If the conversation's stopping there, then we're not digging enough.
Cool. That's good advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mark Ingraham is my guest from Triggr in Evanston, Illinois. I'm Catherine Johns, and this is BizBuzz Radio on TV. We're part of the Linked Local Network. Link locally and connect globally.